So I'm just going to get into a question. We're just going to start out the gate. But I do want them to get like your discography, like where you're from, who you are, for my audience, because I know everybody else knows who you are, but you want to give them like your background. We know that you're a football player, at least I know. So just starting from like there to like how you came here.
So my name is Claude Dielna, ou Bilal Dielna. This is how they call me. But yeah, I'm from France. As you said, I'm a professional soccer player. I've been in Miami right now for 10 years. So I've been back and forth between countries and countries. So yeah, I'm glad to be here today with you. And
Oh, thanks. Can we name the countries that you've lived in?
so I live in I live
There's
in
multiple.
yeah, I live in France. I played in England. I play
Who'd you play for?
I play for Sheffield Wednesday
Okay.
in Championship. I play in Greece for Olympiacos, one of the best team in Greece. I play in Romania for Dinamo Bucharest. I play in Slovakia for Slovan Bratislava, and I play in MLS for New England Revolution and Portland Timbers.
Okay. So I know that people know a lot about like your career track record. But what I want to get into is like who you are, how you've grown, the character that you had to grow into to become this person. And a big part of that, I believe, is like your focus. And in a world of distractions, how have you been able, what do you feel like the main thing that people misconstrue about focus? Like, do you feel like you should only focus on one thing? Do you believe in multitasking?
Yeah, I believe like when you can focus on
Multiple things?
things, but when you focus on something, specifically, you're more direct on your project or your idea. This is what I'm thinking. Yeah,
So you always knew that you wanted to focus on football.
yeah.
Nothing distracted you from that. Like you never thought like, okay, maybe I want to be a policeman or something. Like you never
I
like
would say
thought about it.
I would say the distraction was probably boxing.
Oh,
Probably being a boxer. I've been doing Thai boxing for a while, but beside of that, I was really focused on become like a professional soccer player.
so you wanted to be a pro boxer as well? Like you were kind of like going between sports?
I would say I have the choice when I was
Ah.
young, and I choose football because it was the best for me opportunity to shine, but also to one day take care of my family. So
What's one thing that kept you like locked into that dream? Like what's one thing that you always thought about when you felt like giving up, or what did you focus on to make sure that you were like, nothing's going to deter me from this?
well, first I was very very determined, very very focused, and I had also my family around me, nice energy. So when I had this little bit breakdown or something, I had my brother next to me, and together we were stronger. So that's why I never give up.
Yeah, your brother is like your twin.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
how
He's
many
always here.
how many years difference do you guys
Three.
have?
3.
3 years. Are there any more of you guys?
A sister.
Are you guys
Older,
close with
yeah.
your sister too?
Yeah. But him is
Two
he's
peas
been
in a
a
pod.
professional soccer player too. So we come from the same world. So we have like to change his to become professional. So we all become professional. I play longer than him, but
Oh, he was a.
yes, he's a professional soccer player.
Oh, so it's just a whole gang of
Yeah,
y'all.
he play in England.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he
Did you
play-
guys ever play together?
I play against him.
So how was that?
Yeah, it was lit. He was playing for Blackpool back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, in England, yeah.
Oh my god!
And he was better than me, by the way.
Okay. Okay. So did you guys like talk shit to each other?
No, never.
Oh.
No, we always support each other.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Because sometimes like in boxing, it's like the people can be friends, they can be
Yeah.
cool, but like once business is business, it's like I gotta get in your head.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
I gotta win. So it's just like
Yeah, yeah.
maybe and then you go back home and you hug it out. But speaking of like getting in your head, how have you been able to like re-navigate your self-talk. So I know for me, especially with like starting this, sometimes a lot of the outside noise is just really loud. People trying to tell me, oh, you should do this. You should talk to this person. You should, and I have to like focus on what I said I was going to do and what I promised myself. So how have you been able to like control that inner voice? I know, like, I can't imagine in a stadium, people screaming at you.
Crazy.
People talking to you after the game, because of course you want to receive constructive criticism. You want to know what you can do better, but sometimes people give like unsolicited advice and it may sound good, but it's like, no, let me stay rooted in my original idea, you know? So how did you stay focused on your voice and knowing that it was your voice?
So, like you said, like in full stadium with 60,000 people screaming your name.
Yeah. Or like trying to piss you off because they're for the other team.
It was like very, very, very interesting because you have really to be focused and to be locked in, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to be locked in.
And so in terms of, I would say emotion, it was like very hard because I'm very emotional,
Yeah?
Yes, I'm very emotional. So, I take things very, with my heart and stuff. So when, example, you're in the stadium and you're missing a ball or you shoot and you don't score and the whole stadium tell you something about your family and your family is in next to them. And, so this is what is was difficult. Yes. And even like to be on the field and when something happened, in example, with the fans, and your family is there, so you don't know if they're safe. So you're playing, but you're watching over there also. But but you have to be focused also on the game. So this is something very difficult because when you're on the field, you cannot do anything outside of.
So if your head is telling you in a game and people are screaming at you like you're a loser, whatever the case may be, people just say wild stuff because they can.
Even the player, we talk. Sometimes you have to.
Talking back and forth to each other.
Exactly, because this is a game. You know what I'm saying? I play with your mind. I know how to put you out of your game by saying something bad to you. That's as well after we work on that.
So how have you, like, what is something, a tool, or some people, they use therapy. Like, for example, I use therapy and I use my therapist to like help me move through. I use what she tells me to remind myself who I am, right? She really sees me for who I am. So is there a tool or is there anything that you always went back to when the negative thoughts were coming in your mind?
Yeah, I believe a lot in God. I believe a lot in God, and this is why I found my peace, and I learn how to, to be calm, to not react, overreact also.
Do you meditate? Do you have any like
a
morning routine where you like journal?
No, I don't put my face in the eyes. I don't put my face in the eyes, but yeah, I have a morning routine too.
Okay, so what does that like consist of? Is it any like, you said you...
I have to shoot that, probably I'm going to do million also.
Okay. But just to think of like, morning routine is like a big thing right now. People journaling, people praying. And like for me, I like to start my morning with God. And for myself, I make my tea, I do my prayers. Sometimes I meditate, whatever the morning calls for. Do you have like something like that keeps you in your faith?
I mean, like I wake up at 5 a.m. every morning.
You wake up at 5 a.m. every morning?
Yeah, I wake up at 5, gently have a book, I read sometimes, or focus on my other businesses. So, but I always like stay calm before to go out at 6. 6 when I'm out, then I'm totally a different person. But when I'm home, I try to
be calm.
Be
with
calm.
Yourself.
Exactly. No phone. Be out of social media because
there's a lot going on.
All day we are on your phone. We don't even like talk to each other anymore.
Yeah, I've been working on my posture because thinking about how much we're doing this, it's like it's really taking we're gonna be a bunch of old people like this, like
Yeah.
So you've lived in multiple countries.
Yes.
Can I ask you your favorite, or where feels like home?
Miami.
Miami. You did tell me that, and
Miami,
I can't believe that.
Miami, I love Miami.
I can't believe that. So you don't want to be like, I dream to be binational. Like I want to do 6 months here and then 6 months somewhere else. Do you do that?
Yes, of course I will. I will
Okay.
because
So where would you split up your time though?
I will in France, in Paris.
In France?
In France, Paris, because my family is there too. So, my brother, all my family is there. So, of course, if I can go to Paris more often, I will go. But you see the weather here.
Yeah.
Why do you want,
Why do I need to leave?
Why?
It's like where everyone vacations, though. I understand
We
that.
live in vacation.
No, it's very true.
and
I've been learning to not take advantage of that. Like how many times in a month do you go to the beach? Yeah, see, right? And we live right near the beach. Like
Yeah.
it's like why don't we go? People
Yeah.
come here to go to the beach. So I think about that all the time.
I just
I'm
said tomorrow.
yeah, I always say tomorrow. I say this week. I'm gonna make a goal this week, and then I have a whiteboard.
But
I'm like once a month.
You know what is funny? But when we're talking about morning routine, one moment I was like going every single morning,
To the beach.
yeah,
Okay.
6 a.m. I was running, on the beach, and then the sunset.
Yeah. Oh, that's so. But why'd you stop?
It's
Life.
just, I mean, it's life, and also it's the mood. Is sometimes I don't know. I would say this life is not the same things, all the time. Yeah, it's not the same vibe. You're more focused on other things, and you don't think about to go to the beach and just meditate, and it's just about the vibe.
But that's a good discipline, no?
Especially when it was not like very, very sunny lately.
Yeah.
So when it's raining and stuff, you don't think about to go to the beach. You just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're getting to the rainy season, right? It's
Exactly.
been so nice. And I'm like, why didn't I take, because the summer here that's my only thing about Miami, is the summer from May to like October. It's just so, and I understand that's what comes to Miami, the humidity. But I'm taking like 3 showers a day.
Yeah.
That's so much. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, don't invite me out to anything until after 8 p.m. And I
Yeah.
like to be in bed by 10. So I'm not even going to go.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even, like, invite me, but expect that I'm going to say no, But, okay, with the thought of moving country to country, because
Yeah.
we had become acquainted, because tell them your ethnicity.
Yeah.
Tell them what you are.
So, yes, I'm French Caribbean. I'm French Caribbean. I'm Chinese.
See, it's like people don't know, because people cannot believe that I say I'm Jamaican Chinese until I tell them my last name is Chong.
Wagwan.
Wagwan, what you're deaf on, because it's like I don't look like what they expect me to look like, especially, and then it turned into like me having my mom as my screensaver to like justify that I was this, that I was this person, that I was born into this type of culture. And it's like, I realize that people don't know what they don't know. And I also don't feel like it's my job to educate everyone, but you saying that to me, I'm like, you know it when you see it, because I was surprised that, because I told you I'm from Connecticut, and you're like, no, where are you from?
Yeah,
and I was like,
Yeah,
oh.
because when you ask to people here where you're from, they just, say the city.
Yeah.
Just say the
So I
city.
was like, what do you know about me that I don't know? So that was super interesting to think about, like, we see each other, and the people, this is called ICU. So it gave me good faith that people see me, like people that are supposed to see me really do see me. So with that, I lived in Colombia before I moved here, and then I lived in Mexico before that. And I went on my own. Like I didn't know anyone. I didn't even speak Spanish at the time when I moved to Mexico. I just wanted to learn Spanish. And it was...
So now you speak Spanish?
Yeah, I definitely...
Okay.
Todavía estoy aprendiendo, pero...
Hey,
Yeah.
okay, crown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tú sabes.
Me
So
le gusta mucho.
I'm still in a place where I can't do a podcast episode in Spanish, but I can definitely carry like an Uber conversation or like a casual...
I have to learn Spanish. Everyone speaks Spanish here.
You speak a romance language though. Shouldn't it be like... I know French is very different, but how many languages do you speak again? 3?
English, French, a little bit of everything, when you're
because you
traveling.
lived in a million places.
Exactly. So when you're traveling, you know how to learn,
You pick up
the
certain
basic,
stuff. Yeah.
I and stuff. But I would say Greek. I speak Greek. I speak.
Like you could have a conversation in Greek. Like
not
a casual,
yes.
how are you,
Yeah,
where
exactly.
you from type of thing? Okay.
And especially the term of football, on the field, how you have to say move, go there, go there. So,
Okay.
so when you go into a country, this is what you have to learn.
Yeah.
So you have like 10 words to know on the field.
Yeah.
So you more,
See, that's the thing too. It's like what you say the most, or how you, like, I'm in health and wellness, or I'm in podcasting. So there's words that I have learned to be able to communicate that in Spanish. I only speak English and Spanish and like patois, if that's even like a language. But I noticed that, you know, the field that you're in, obviously you're reiterating yourself and you know those terms and stuff. But all that to say is, when I moved, I was by myself, and I don't really have a problem with solitude or like quote unquote isolation. I do really well by myself. Like, I actually prefer to do things by myself because I don't want to deal with people's opinions and choices and all this stuff. So for you moving to these different countries, you were with a team most of the time, yes?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it would be different if you weren't with a team? And like, how would you adapt to that?
I will not
place?
have the opportunity probably to go to those countries. Example, Romania or Slovakia. You know, when I have some day off, I will not say to myself like, oh, I will go to Slovakia. You know, because it's like I would say, a non-attractive country when you hear about it, but when you go and you see, wow, that's why it's beautiful. You know, in terms of country, also how they live, different life, and when you see the world.
I feel like that's so important.
And when you see the world, it's like
it
amazing.
Changes you.
It's like
it
amazing.
Changes you as a person. Like, I always say that travel is one of the most important elements to develop as a person, because it's going to expand you. You have to see how other people live so you can either appreciate what you have or just open up your mind to other ways of living. And for me, I think we had briefly talked about, or I talk about it all the time, is that we are not trees. We can move, you know? And if you do not agree with the societal norms of the country or the city that you live in, you can move, right? Like, America is based on capitalism and individualism. It's a great place to make money. It's a great place to have a business. But you don't really see people like family, super family valued, or like making time for friends. I learned that from Colombia, because I would just get with my friends and go to a park, and it wasn't anything like, oh, it's a broke activity. It was just, this is what we want to do. Like, go to the beach and chill with each other. And I love that, because I call them third places. You need to have maybe I don't want to go to your house. Maybe I won't let you in my house. We need a third place to go to. And it doesn't always have to take money, right? Like, if all your relationships are based on capitalism, spending money, I might not want to spend time with you when I don't have the money, or I don't want to spend the money. So I don't like to build friendships on that type of foundation, because it's like, I don't want to have to explain to you that I don't want to spend money. I just don't want to do it. And if I can't do something else with you, then are we actually friends? Like, do we have like a real relationship, you know? So that's the thing about, I love America. I was born in America. Yes, I'm Jamaican Chinese, and I would go to Jamaica, but I'm still trying to feel where it feels like home. I don't think I've explored enough places. I've never been to Mexico or Colombia before I moved there.
Okay.
But they taught me things that I needed to learn about myself. Like, Colombia taught me to love myself different. And Mexico taught me to let go of perfectionism, because I really wanted to learn Spanish. And I had to be okay with sounding like a child, essentially.
Okay,
I've been speaking English for 29 years. You know, you start over when you learn a new language. So I'm asking that because it took a lot for me to, like, I say infiltrate. I don't think that's the right word, but like break into Colombian culture specifically, because they're very close knit. They're very protective of each other, family based, friends based. So it's like, for someone to be traveling all over the world, they're like, why even attach to you? Or why even build something with you? And I don't even know you're going to be here, which I understood. But at the same time, I was by myself. I was looking for community. And I mean, basically you had community because of the teams and stuff, but did you go outside of outside of work to like meet people in that country?
No. But you know, as a football player, you have like, I would say that
careful,
we're training it mostly every day. You know, we're training every day, and also the fans, you know, are very, you know, I would say like behind us, you know, on the win and lost. But we have also to be careful, you know, as a football player, where we're going so you cannot go and first, you know, me, I just need my family, you know, so I was not looking for friend or for anything, you know, always my people around me. So when I go into those countries, I'm not, you know, I don't try to go and meet people. It's not like, you know, I'm going
You're there
there.
for work.
Oh, exactly.
You're there to focus.
I'm
Yeah.
not a football player. I'm just going to a country and stuff, you know.
Yeah, me, I was like a fairy. I was like,
Yeah,
I
that's
just gotta
why.
float around and
That's why.
see who wants to talk to me. But I totally understand that. Do you have any? I think a lot of people want advice on how to move to a different country, whether it's through a sport or work or whether it's on their own. I always say that you just have to believe that you're divinely protected, that God will protect you.
Yeah.
Because as a black woman that was traveling to wherever, of course I had to be cautious, but I trusted myself enough to know that if I was to encounter a problem, I would be okay. And I did encounter problems. Like, I have a video of me, it was to my own fault, but almost getting robbed because I was walking around with my phone out. So it was like, it was my own fault, but I came out unscathed. I had a couple bruises, like, you know, we were tussling and all this stuff. I'll show you after. But I really believe, and that experience showed me that I am protected, like God protects me. So do you have any advice, you know, through a team or through work for people that want to travel or travel to a different country for work?
My advice is like, travel. Go
Just
explore.
go.
Just go, just go and you will see the world is beautiful.
Yeah, I tell people if they have an opportunity to go to a different country and there's like a job that fills that position and it's just in a different country, you should do that. Like, if it's the same job that you understand and you know,
because
just do it in a
with
different
this
place.
you have another perspective of life. You know, that's why it's more important to, you know, to traveling and, you know, and be able to see what's happening in the world, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
To see what's happening in the world, how they live, what's their culture, you know. And we've been, and this is how I grow.
Yeah.
This is how I grew in, like, you know, different countries, different type of cultures.
What did you learn about yourself in these different countries?
I mean, in France, you know, we have like every type of culture mixed together, and you know, me, I'm from the hood, so this is our I would say our value, and this is how you learn to share with people. You know, to share your thought, but also what you have. You know, when I was younger, when they had to go to buy something, the food or drinks, we were sharing together. One drink for 3, one food for 5. This is how you learn about respect, about sharing, and when you build this, I would say, this mindset, you become already a different man when you're growing up. And also, I didn't like grow up with a lot of money, so now I know how to appreciate.
Yeah, you see him now.
Yeah,
You see him now.
no, I know how to appreciate. And for me, like we said, like, it's not about money, but you know, you learn how to I would say
Not take it for granted, right?
exactly.
And like have gratitude.
It's just
for it.
material. Is you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's just material. So, but it's 2025, so we need this. Unfortunately, this capital for live, because everything now is about money. You can do anything without money anyway.
And people will listen to you when you have money.
Exactly, you know. So it's still part of the game. That's what we are working for, you know. But for me, it's not for myself, but it's more for the future of my family. What I'm doing right now, all my businesses, everything I'm doing is for my family, not for me. Thanks God I had everything. So
Yeah.
you know.
Are there any cultural differences that you really appreciate about France that are not in America, and that you really appreciate about America that are not in France?
Just in America, I think, you know, this country is made for sport. You know, you have like, when you have a lot of talent, they don't hesitate to push you up and put you on the light. And the way, you know, I will talk about soccer, but the way they've been promote their games and how, you know, the video, all the marketings was made around the games we've been playing. It was crazy. You know, in France, you will never see that.
Okay.
So for me as a soccer player to play in MLS in Major League Soccer was like a good experience for me, but also in terms of I would say it, emotion, you know.
Bring up emotions a lot. That's
Emotion because to play, example, you know, since I was young, I always wanted to be and live in America and become an American citizen. So I'm going to be American citizen at the end of the month. I'm going to have my passport.
Oh, congratulations.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come
clap it
on.
up, yeah.
What are you talking about?
Long time. No,
So I'm gonna
people
have-
don't understand that process is.
So for me, it was a challenge. You know,
Yeah,
it was
no, of
challenge,
course.
and people ask me, "Well, why you want to?" As it was my own challenge. This is something I wanted, and you know, and I always.
Do you have to give up your French passport?
No.
Oh.
No. I will keep both.
Yeah.
I will keep both, but something is like something very important because I want to live there and build everything's here and what I start and stuff. But you know, it's been like a long process. And back in the day, people were saying like, "Oh, you're not American," because the way I was dressing. You know, I had
Really?
Yes.
Now you fly. What you mean?
Yeah, but not because you know. Back in the day, the style of American people was oversized and stuff.
Okay.
You know, listen, and I've been listening like a lot of like US song.
Yeah.
You know, all these things. So
Yeah, his music choice
so
is very
you're in
interesting.
France and you keep listening like American rapper, and that's why they was making joke about you're not American. But so now they cannot say that.
That's so interesting.
So now when I go back home in Paris, I say, "What's up?"
Yeah. That's so interesting because right now in this moment with the climate of everything that's going on, people don't want to be American. People are like, I mean, at least in my conversations, people are like I need to get my Jamaican passport because I'm like, I don't want to present an American
That's why
passport.
life is beautiful, because guess what? We the human is unsatisfied. You don't want to be American. I want to be American. You want to go in Jamaica.
Yeah.
They don't want people who in Paris. They want to go out of Paris
Yeah,
because they
everybody
don't like
wants out
Paris.
of their
They want,
situation.
everyone want to move to see what's happening in the other countries, to see how they live. But at the end of the day, when you're gonna make the whole world, it's the same. I swear it's
That's
the same.
very
It's
true.
the same.
That's
It's the
very
same.
true.
At the end of the day, the lifestyle is different. Probably the weather is gonna be different, but we go on all the same points. Is your family?
But I feel like the societal norms of like, for example, in Jamaica, when people are like tired of working, like work is done. Like the sugar cane man that makes like the sugar cane juice, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I've gone to be like, can I? And he's like, no, I'm finished. I'm like, he's like, no, I'm finished for the day. But here it's like hustle. And
Why?
I think that causes anxiety.
But
in
you know
people.
why? Because to live in Miami, example, because we are in Miami,
Yes.
to live in Miami is expensive.
Survival, yes.
It's just, everyone in Miami, they're working hard, they're hustling. You see, that's why people, working hard, and some have 2 or 3 or 4 jobs, because it's expensive. We can make a lot of money, but also it's expensive. And this is what I love also. I love a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? So when
Well, that shows you want more, because some people are cool where they're at.
yeah, exactly. To be out of your comfort zone. This is how you challenge yourself. That's the tattoo I have here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's the tattoo I have here. Because, to have the minimum, and yes, but where you want to go, what's your goal in life,
Yeah, that's
what
the
you want to
difference,
achieve. You see? And when you think like that, your mindset change, and now you work more, and you push yourself,
Yeah,
because to just live and it's fine, but
yeah.
we want more.
Yeah, I tell people
We're
there's
starving.
pros and cons. Yeah, no, hungry, right? Very hungry for what we want. And that shows ambition, though. Not everybody has
Yeah,
that.
very
Not
ambitious.
everybody has vision. So, like, with you had vision this whole time.
Yeah.
That's very rare for
Yeah.
people. Like, a lot of people are stuck in not only their job or the position that they're in, so they don't know how to move to other cities and stuff, but they're just stuck in themselves, in their emotions, in their confidence. Like, they genuinely don't have the courage, because that's the comment that I get all the time. Like, how did you have the courage to go by yourself, not even speak a language? And I always say, God. Like, I knew that God wanted me to do it. God wanted me to join the military. It didn't make sense, but I was like, I'm going to be obedient and go, you know? So I tell people if they feel called to go, they should go. I mean, of course, figure out a way. Don't be stranded in the next country just like trying to figure it out. Prepare yourself. But when I had moved, I went to Mexico for a month. I didn't know I was going to stay there for 6 months. I just put my stuff in storage thinking I was going to go back to DC. And then that whole journey ended up being like a year. But it helped me emotionally grow because I had to regulate my emotions because there was a lot of unfamiliar things happening. So you said that you're emotional. What do you mean by that? Because that's very rare to hear a black man say.
No, emotional mean for me, you know.
You feel your emotions often?
No, emotional for me. What mean emotional? Probably we don't.
Yeah, I need you to define it. That's
Yeah.
why I wanted to know.
It's like you know, I can. It depends of the situation. You know, I can be cool. You know, I can see example on the street, homeless who need help. When I'm talking about emotion, you know, I understand their pain, so I'm gonna go give them food. I give back a lot. Something, you know, when you ask me what people doesn't know about me, is I'm doing a lot of donation, and I don't put it on social media. Probably I should, so people can see. But sometimes people,
there's a way to go about it.
yeah. The thing is like sometimes they take the wrong
Perspective.
exactly. So that's why. But this is for me what mean emotion, and also I'm someone who very determined, like I told you. So in terms of competition mindset, you know, I don't want to lose. I don't like to lose. So when I'm talking about emotion, is how to react, you know, because emotion can be the nice way, but also in the bad way, you know. But
how did you learn how to control that in a way? Because some people, we all have emotions, right? We're humans. We all feel things, but sometimes people, they react instead of respond to a situation. They don't take the time to sit back. So how did you learn that or develop it?
In soccer. In soccer a lot, because you have to control yourself. You have to, when you make a mistake and you have 60 or 70,000 fans screaming your name, the game's still going on.
Right.
You cannot give up and leave your team because you're just not focused anymore. You take a second goal because you're going to lose the game. And so you have to forget that quickly and just focus on the next step. So this is what's happening also in life. And, you know, you have every type of this situation. You're on the street, you're driving, people hang up on you, like, you know what I'm saying, for nothing.
In Miami.
You know, so you have a lot of situations. So that's why I'm talking about emotion, because, you know, this is really...
A lot of people, they just live by their emotion, though. Like, that ties into not having discipline either, you know, because some people, particularly women, are labeled as emotional, right? And I do have, like, people that I'm acquainted with that they always ask me, like, how are you just so, even when you don't feel like it, you do it. When I don't feel like going to the gym, I still go to the gym. That's discipline.
Discipline, exactly.
You know, and it's, my background is obviously military, so everybody's like, oh, you were in the military, that's why you have it. But I'm like, okay, even so, I did something you did soccer, I did the military, I learned it in a way. You have to find a way to learn it so you can keep it for yourself and you can see how beneficial it is. And I see a lot of people just like run by their emotions. Like, they eat what they want to eat because it's comforting. They don't do something because they don't feel like it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I do my best to like help, because that's a mindset thing, right? It's a mindset thing, and it's also knowing how to calm down your nervous system and really be able to process it in a certain amount of time based on the situation. Because sometimes, you know, if someone passes, you have a bit of time to process that, or you take the time you need to. But if you're in a game, you got to figure that out quick, fast, and in a hurry. So there's time and place for certain things, and it can be very difficult to gauge, right? Especially like someone in their 20s or whatever the case may be, through different relationships and experiences. But for me, it was like, I literally had to ask myself, how do I want to feel? And is this thing going against how I feel, or is it helping me feel that way? You know, so it's been I mean, I'm still working through it, but and are you familiar with like trauma responses? I know that's a very heavy word, but have you ever heard of those, like fight, flight, freeze, and fawn?
Yeah,
You heard of those?
because I watch your video.
Oh yeah. What do you feel like has been your most like?
I watch your video, so I hear those words. I hear those words.
Do you
So
know what
very
they are?
interesting. No, but yes, teach me. I want to know about
Okay,
it. Yes.
so we always hear about fight or flight, right? So fight is you're just aggressive, like you want to fight the situation, like you're confronting it.
Yeah.
So mostly that entails like anger or some type of like aggressive nature, and then flight is like you flee, you want out of the situation, you disappear, you go. Freeze is like you're just frozen, like you sit there, you disassociate. You don't even you're there, but you're not all the way there. And fawn is more of like a people pleasing act. It's like I don't want to cause conflict. I don't want to be disruptive. So I'm just gonna do what's asked of me, so I don't cause a problem. So in your life, when it comes to stress, have you resorted to any one of those more often than not?
It's a good question.
Okay.
It's a good
I
question.
love when people say that to me. I'm like, yeah.
It's a good question. Yeah, fighting the stress. Yeah, I have to, because as a professional, it's very stressful before to go to the game, how to prepare the game, excited about what's gonna happen next, and so yeah, I would say
Fight.
fight.
And how have you calmed yourself down? Because you're a very calm person. Just so y'all know, this man is cool. Like, he's calm, cool, like he just walks around the gym minding his business, like. So that's an interesting response. How have you worked through that so you don't use that as a reaction and you take time to respond instead of react?
Just challenge, and I would say like what's happening in my life, and I learn about the mistake I made.
That's the biggest part, right?
Exactly.
Taking the lesson and not wanting to repeat it again.
So that's why I'm react right now, and of course with the maturity, you see the life differently.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, this is I would say the mistake I made, and then, now this day I don't do the same.
Yeah.
As I was younger.
You hear that? If you make a mistake, just take the lesson. Acceptance is a really big part of that, though. I think a lot of people have a hard time accepting, like if they've been betrayed or they've been hurt, they just have a hard time accepting that. And it's like, even when the next occasion runs around, because you'll run into the same lesson over and over until you learn.
Yep.
So it's like not accepting that, okay, this happened. This is what I saw. This is what I need to pay attention to. And then it happens again, and people are like, but why me? And it's like, well, if you would have paid attention, because there are people out here that are going to do that. You can only control what you can control. So what is a painful experience that you may have? You don't have to go into detail of the experience, but it was something that you thought would ruin you, but it ended up being like your biggest teacher.
Again, good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, good question.
Appreciate it.
My pain was probably to not see my family, often. I would love to be next to my parents more often, but because I've been traveling since I had like 14 years old, I didn't spend,
growing up with them.
The time like a normal kid, like a normal child and stuff. So you see, this is a sacrifice, and I've been doing a lot of sacrifices. So this is for me pain. This is real pain to not be able to see your family, our parents, they're getting old. I would love to spend more times, and being like 20 years, I've been like all over the world traveling, and
So how have you dealt with that? Did you feel lonely? Or you had to grow up quick on your own then?
Yeah. 14 years old I was already.
So how did you cope with that? Like, people have a hard time being lonely, right? Especially after the whole 2020 thing when we were forced into isolation. And I think we're like in this weird in between. First of all, we need to act like that happened. I don't know how the world just. When's the last time you saw someone wear a mask?
A long time
Exactly.
ago.
So it's just like, why are we just pretending like this thing didn't happen across the world and put us in a sense of isolation to the point where I think people got comfortable with being alone. People got so comfortable being away from their family. And some people saw it as an escape. Maybe they didn't enjoy their family like that because not everybody has the family structure that you have, right?
Yeah.
Gets along with everyone. So they kind of took it as an opportunity to not get so close to people. And with everything, a lot of things being on the internet and being able to find community and being able to hide behind a keyboard or to use it, as a sense of comfort. How did you comfort yourself knowing that you were away from your family? Like, what was the coping mechanism to fulfill that, that void in a way?
Well, I will say, like, after those sacrifices, I knew what's coming on. I know why. And this is my answer. I know why I was doing that. I know why I started.
The why.
The why.
Yeah.
You know the why.
Yeah, no.
The why is the
Everyone worries about the how or the what when it's like the why. Why am I doing this? What is the reason that's keeping me on track?
And this is why. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that you've fulfilled your why, do you just I know some people, they've done all the career things. They got the Grammy, they got this, they got that, and they're like, I just have nothing else.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like is next for you? Or how do you still keep the hunger?
So I love challenge. I like to challenge myself. So that's why, I try to see different type of vision, and to do and to touch different type of, I would say, activities, So that's why I opened my company, BDS Management, with my brother. So we're working on that. It's a conciergerie. If you want to know about it, it's a conciergerie. We have a rental car company. We have also houses, boats, but also we have like a football, soccer player, the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking
going on.
Exactly. This ecosystem of BDS management is a way for a football player to be able to just, I will say it, not take care of anything, but mostly I know what a football player needs because I've been there.
So they can focus on what
Exactly.
they need to focus
on. So I know I can find sponsorship for them. I'm also on the fashion industry, so I know how to bring some brands for them not spend the money on some luxury brand example instead to.
So basically everything you needed.
Exactly.
You
To keep their money to invest on something more
and keep their mind
more
right
solid,
on the right
more
stuff.
strong, and also if they want to go on vacation, they know they're all set because you don't need to talk with these people or these people or these people. You know your agency, which is BDS, look after everything. But so this is why BDS is fashion and sport. But also we are also regular people. So if you want to contact me,
Do you want to show your brother? Brother, do you want to be seen?
Yeah.
So we can see how much they look alike?
Where is my brother?
Come, brother.
My brother, come on. Come on.
He said, oh my God.
Where is my brother?
So we could stand next to him so we could see. Look at yeah, come.
Wow.
Can we see real quick? This is brother.
Yeah. This is my brother. So yeah, you can present yourself. What's your name?
My name is Joe. Joe Dielna, and I'm so happy. I'm so glad to be here. To be fair, but I'm not the guy who would like to be seen. So yeah, hi.
It's good to have you. This is the dynamic duo. So when you see these two, Just know it's coming with a lot.
Yeah,
But thank you.
I'm more comfortable in
Behind
gym,
the
scenes.
Behind the scene.
Yeah, behind the scene when I do my.
We just
my
wanted
stuff,
them to
know.
see you. You
Yeah,
can
so nice.
you can go comfy
Nice.
and do what you were doing.
Alright.
I'm sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt. I'm like,
Fine.
come. I know you have something coming up, yeah, in June.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Like what?
So the TST tournament is
Yeah.
a big tournament. It's a soccer tournament for the prize $1 million. So you're gonna have like so many teams.
How do they get the teams? That's what I didn't understand.
So I mean,
They're asking random celebrities. Like you don't have
No.
to have a soccer background.
I mean, if you want to win,
I mean,
and
you are gonna whoop everyone's ass apparently because
everything I'm doing is for win, so I don't play for I don't go for there for play around.
Yeah.
But they have celebrities, but also you need to know
build
how
a team, yeah.
and of course how to know to play football, but soccer we said, but we start this TST like 3 years ago, and people was like like take it in like not seriously, but I would say it was like to go there and to enjoy the vibe and stuff. But now people take
no,
it
$1
seriously.
million is serious.
Yeah.
That is not a game.
And so now people prepare themselves for the tournament.
Yeah, as they should.
Yeah.
I would be running around every track, every field,
Yeah.
doing everything.
So that's why this tournament is gonna be very important.
And what day is it? June.
So it's gonna be. We is gonna leave.
Are you not allowed to tell me?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I will tell you. So I'm gonna fly 1 week before the tournament on the 31st of May, and it's gonna be until the 5th of June.
5 of June.
So I will going there because we have another tournament, but just for prepare ourselves for the big one.
Okay.
And in July, me and my brother we organize a big soccer camp in Guadalupe.
Really?
It's gonna be the biggest soccer camp.
Look at you, country to country. Just
Exactly.
That's so nice.
This is gonna be the 2 to 5 July.
I'm not even familiar where Guadalupe is
Guadalupe is like 2.5 hours from Miami.
in South America. No, Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Yeah. Okay.
You have Guadalupe, Martinique,
Okay.
Guyana.
Okay. Wow. So where can we watch that? Or
It's gonna be
Or
on.
is it
Yeah, it's gonna be on
featured?
live. It's gonna be on live. It's gonna be on YouTube TV also. It's gonna be on Switch. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty big. It's
that
gonna be
is,
really big.
yeah, it sounds like a big thing.
But you're gonna have like big name over there.
I know you had mentioned that to
Yeah, I
me.
told you. So you have to come here. It's gonna be North Carolina, the tournament.
told me it's in North Carolina.
The TST
I'm
tournament.
thinking about it. That'd be nice to
Yeah.
attend. I don't know nothing about soccer.
Chris Paul was the
The face of it?
yeah.
So who's gonna be there? Like,
Lot of
Everybody.
celebrities.
okay.
Yeah, a lot of celebrities. Jordan, the
Michael Jordan?
no the
Oh, Michael B. Jordan.
yeah.
See, the B is so important. You gotta distinguish.
You have the
who
Y,
is-
but you have the B
Yeah,
also.
like, you gotta really distinguish
B.
who's who. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely look out for that. And I'm
Yeah.
super excited. I hope you win.
I hope so.
Yeah. How many people on a team?
So
I'm not familiar.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be like because it's 7 against 7.
Ah, okay.
It's a small field, but you still have to have like many players, so probably 17, 18.
And you have to
Players.
split that amongst yourself, everybody.
Yeah, you have to split.
Oh, okay. I mean, still,
Yeah, you
I'm
have to.
just
But
curious.
it's still a good amount.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
So it's just like I would want to be on your team. Let me
Yeah,
know next time. I'll
yeah,
figure it
yeah,
out.
Yeah.
But do you have any last words or something you want to share? Specifically, I want to ask you, if someone doesn't believe in themselves, they want to be a soccer player, they want to be a podcaster, whatever, and they feel it in their heart, they have that why, but they just don't believe in themselves enough. What would you say to them?
Just say to believe in themselves, to try, to not listen what's happening around them, to just feel and to realize what God bring them as also, I will say, qualities, but also of power. To believe in yourself is very, very important. Do whatever you feel, and if you're happy with that, just doing it. Don't listen to people who tell you, "Oh, you're not capable to do that," or no, just do it and just be free. And at the end of the day, you will see the result. But if you don't try, how you know what's going to happen?
I actually have a last question now that I'm thinking about it because I'm listening to his accent. What is the best thing and the worst thing about dating a French man? Because I was telling you about my friends that were telling me that like the culture in France is just, I don't know if this is true, y'all. Do not hold this against me.
We are romantic, they say. This is what they say
And that
about
they
French.
complain a lot. That's what I heard. But
Who said that?
one of my friends in Colombia.
Ah,
They were just always complaining about the weather. And I was like, what
Okay.
is wrong with the weather? But it'd be like, it's one thing to say it. It's another thing for, like, we're walking. It's like, and it's just like, we just talked about it. But they said it's like a cultural thing. So, okay, give me the pros and give me the cons, though.
I mean, you have the romantic side, I think, you know, but also we French, we are very intense in terms of, I would say, we give everything. And we are, I would say we are cool, but at the meantime also we are very...
You guys are sarcastic. Like, the sense of humor is always like,
Yeah,
I'm going to cut your ass, but I mean it with love. That's
Yeah,
what it feels
yeah.
like.
Exactly. This is how we are. But I mean, French people, they are nice.
Y'all heard it here first. Well, I
Yeah.
really appreciate having you. You and your brother, you look nice. You want to show them the hat?
Oh yeah, this hat, you want me to wear it? Yeah.
That's his, y'all. So if y'all want a hat.
So this brand exactly, this brand Pat Miami is a French designer also, with who I'm collaborate. You know, so also this is his brand. This is a
Love and
patch.
Excellence. I
Yes,
love that.
exactly. And we're working on the new collection, so I'm gonna design a new collection.
I need a shirt. I
Of
want
course,
that
I
shirt.
got you. So it's gonna come anytime soon. So you're gonna have the collection from Iambildielna with Patch, and so that's how we collaborate for the new collection. And this is a brand very amazing, you know. So
No, it looks quality for sure. The shirt is giving quality and the hat gives good quality.
you know I'm doing suits. My brand.
Yeah, listen, I
Dielna
thought he was gonna
clothing.
wear a suit today.
It's
this,
okay,
This was
guys.
new for me.
You
but
know why? You
check
know
out
why?
this
Because
I
I know
why.
you're gonna invite me again. So
Okay.
you know the why.
Okay.
So I'm gonna bring the suit next time.
I know you told me why your hair isn't blonde, but y'all should see him with the blonde hair.
Yeah.
I love it. He told me why he changed his hair back, but man, who you are regardless, I feel like you have the demeanor that people understand, like what you stand on and what you're trying to portray. So a little hair color doesn't hurt, but I understand why.
Next time I will do the blonde then.
Yeah, please,
Yeah.
because I like it.
Okay, I will
So
do the blonde.
thank you so much. I
Thank
will
you,
have
thank
you
you.
back. Good luck at the tournament. Hopefully I'll be there, so I'll get to see it for myself.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate this. And
Thank
doing
you
this
again
with me.
for inviting me, and
Of course.
I see you soon.
Yeah.